Happy 4th of July weekend. How you guys doing today? You know, one of us took the keys to a brand new car.
Woohoo! Feels like I'm on The Price is Right. Who was it?
And now, coming to you from the K2 Studios in San Diego, California, it's the world-famous Kris and Kristine Show.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? How are you doing today? You know, thank you so much for listening, and I am Kris.
And I'm Kristine, and welcome to episode 94 of the Kris and Kristine Show.
Do-do-do-do-do. Fantastic. You know, it is the 4th of July, 2021. Fireworks, bang, bang. How you doing?
I'm so excited because we didn't really get to celebrate 4th of July last year, did we?
I thought we did. Didn't we go? We did. We went to your friend's party at their house. Remember, by the beach?
Oh, yes. I think yes, because it was just with one other family. We were within our little cohort group and COVID safe and all that. But this year, we are going to party it up.
Oh, we are? What's the big plan, baby?
Ooh, we're going out to those same friends whose house we went to last year. We are celebrating their wedding. They had a COVID elopement.
Wait, didn't they just get married?
They got married a year ago.
Before we did, right?
Yeah, but they did a COVID elopement and they didn't get to have their reception. And so my friend, the bride's dream was to have a 4th of July wedding and reception. And so the reception is tomorrow, and it's a big backyard barbecue, and we're going to be right on the water overlooking. We're going to be able to see 7 different fireworks displays tomorrow night, and it's going to be amazing.
Wow.
And I've been helping her prep for it for a couple of weeks, and I'm so super excited that she finally gets it.
Oh, that is fantastic. Today is 4th of July, actually, as it comes out. This episode is being recorded. So, hey, we mentioned earlier in the intro that one of us, the two of us, just took the keys on a brand new car.
Was it you?
Oh, you know what? I did get that Ferrari after I was looking for.
Funny guy.
Actually, no, I did not. So, if Kristine, you want to explain why there is a brand new key to a new car in your purse?
Yeah, so it's so funny because if you listened in a year ago, you would have heard me being so excited about my new car. And I loved my Explorer, but we were having some issues with it. And so ever since like a week after I got it, there was this issue with the center display, not like the regular electrical for the car, but the part where you have your Apple CarPlay, your navigation, your rear camera view, all of those types of things were not quite functioning properly. And it had been in the shop a couple of different times, but right before we left to Mexico, we took it into the shop and they said that, or at the dealership, and they said that they would fix it. And it was there for 2 weeks and we got it back and it was determined to be unfixable, drivable, but unfixable. So the Ford corporate engineers were stumped. They didn't know what to do. And they were like, we're going to have to create a patch or code for this, but we don't know when we're going to be able to get around to it, basically.
Right. So basically what they're saying is that we see that there's a problem with the car. We see that what you're saying is true, that the display is malfunctioning. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. And but the car does drive, so you can take the car and we may have a fix for it. We may not. I don't know.
That's what they were saying. Yeah, they may have a fix for it. They may not. But because it's drivable, but not fixable, they released the car to us on Monday. And the issues continued. The mobile hotspot doesn't work anymore. And we're getting ready to go on family vacation, which is going to be like a 6 or 7 hour drive. And while we don't advocate for lots of screen time for our kids when we're on a road trip, we definitely let them have their screens.
And I think you're still paying for that service, aren't you?
I had paused it while the hotspot wasn't functioning, but I did just activate it again earlier this week. And so, it was a difficult situation where we just didn't know if the car was going to be able to be fixed or not. And so I was kind of tired of going back and forth with Ford corporate relations, customer relations, and they finally, Ford corporate decided to open up what's called a good faith review.
Ooh, what's that mean? It sounds like when you say good faith review, it sounds like almost like the honor system. Like when you punch in your time clock, you write down your hours. Like, this is what's wrong, we think. This is kind of like they trust you to say, Well,
kind of. But what it is in the state of California, like a lot of different states, is that there's lemon laws. And so there's certain provisions that allow a consumer, a car purchaser, to be able to get their car checked out. And if it's been in the same like trying to get the same thing fixed multiple times, it could be considered a lemon. Well, because my car had this issue and it was deemed to be unfixable by the manufacturer, it qualified under lemon laws for me to be able to get a buyout of my car.
Really? So they actually said, you know what, we'll buy it back from you?
Well, I was going to have to wait for that process, and it could take weeks and weeks and weeks. But, you know, I'm a person that's like, let me go and politely have a conversation with the people at the dealership, and let me just see if I can, without getting angry or frustrated, like keep my calm around me and come to a resolution. But what I did ahead of time is I found a lemon law attorney online and did a free phone consultation with her. And she gave me some tips of questions to ask, things to request in writing so that if it didn't go well, that I could potentially use her services.
Is it like basically saying document everything that the list of every services? That's why when I have my other F-150 I had, it needed a whole new engine,
right?
And it had problems with the oil, and I took it into the Ford dealership only, so every service it had was in the dealership.
Yeah, that's really smart.
So they had all the records of it. It wasn't like Joe Blow's body shop did the oil change. Somebody you don't even know, a cousin did the oil change. No, everything was done at the dealership. So they had a physical record of every time the vehicle was in and what was serviced on the vehicle. So that you say, well, the engine, like the oil is disappearing from the engine.
Right.
You're the only ones that have touched this thing.
Yeah.
So what's going on with that? And there's proof. That's the thing too. If they're going to do a major surgery on a vehicle, they're going to want to know, has this thing ever had an oil change, and where was it done?
And who else has touched it, right? Could they have screwed something up?
Well, not just that. They mainly look for, because my sister had a problem with her car where the engine blew up, and they had she had a hard time proving that the oil was ever changed because she's kind of slacker, and she didn't get the oil changed as much. So... Or whatever, but I think she just had oil change maybe, but it was still like pushing the boundaries of how long the oil was changed in the car. But it's a good practice to keep service records of all that stuff, and usually the dealerships will keep a file of that stuff for you on hand.
Yeah, well, I was grateful that you've talked to me a bit about cars, but also talking with this attorney, she told me like horror stories of when it goes wrong, and so I kind of knew the things to ask, and so when I went and I met with the service manager, shout out to David from El Cajon Ford. He was wonderful to work with and was really a problem solver and trying to come to a good resolution. And he took me over to talk with one of the owners of the dealership. And when I was talking with that owner, he's like, you know what, ma'am? We could try and like have you wait to get your car fixed. But the reality is because of COVID and because of manufacturing interruptions for so many of the factories that are trying to get new cars off of the line, we really need reliable, gently used used cars that even if it has a problem, we can get with Ford and wait the month or two and get it fixed and get it out on the market. But he said that the demand for my vehicle was so high that they would buy it back from me for the full sticker price of what I paid last year.
No way.
Yeah. And if you recall, like there was a couple of little cosmetic issues that had happened with the vehicle because of just wear and tear with it over the last year.
And you have mileage on the car too. Don't you get like 13,000 miles already stacked on the car?
Right. Almost 14,000. And so they bought it back for the full sticker price. And because I had an extended warranty and gap insurance, they refunded me the full amount, and I'm going to get it in a check of what I'd already paid on that extended warranty and that gap insurance back to me so that I can recover those funds. And so while I had paid for a year on this car, they bought it back for me at such a rate that I wasn't in debt anymore. So it was basically a wash.
That never happens. Cars always go down in value.
Right, because they depreciate. Like Kelley Blue Book on it in a typical year would have been that it was like $12,000 less, but because of COVID and the demand, it's all supply and demand, they took it back. And then there was some factory rebates that are like used car trade incentives because they're trying to get used cars on their lot that they can flip around. And because we have another Ford in the household, they gave me another $750. So what ended up happening is I was able to walk out of the dealership with the same exact color of car, same make, but a 2021 model with upgraded interior, seat warmers, a steering wheel warmer, and then it has this really, really cool thing that I was trying out last night called adaptive cruise control.
Ooh, what's that? It sounds like autopilot.
Kind of. So what happens is when you're on the freeway and you set your cruise control and you're driving, if you get within 2 car lengths of the vehicle in front of you, your car automatically brakes for you and it slows you down. Yes, it does.
No way. It's got like a mommy pedal.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Siri, drive my car.
But I used it last night on the drive home from taking Zeke to the airport just because it wasn't high traffic and I wanted to see how that handled. And it was really fantastic because it just slowed me down enough and it wasn't like all of a sudden. It was like gradual slowdown. Then I went into another lane and it accelerated back up for me.
Fantastic. Kristine here, get yourself a brand new car over here. My goodness.
Yeah, and my payments are only $3 more a month than what I was paying. So I feel like I still got my extended warranty. They gave me a great deal on that. I still have my gap insurance because I'm a worrywart and I really wanted to have that. And the insurance coverage on it is the same, but now we have a brand new car with those. It's like a faux leather interior, so it's easier to keep clean than the cloth was. And then it has an upgraded sound system. And so really at the end of the day.
More importantly, though, does the actual system, because the problem with the other car was that when you connect your phone to it, it wouldn't read your phone.
It's perfect.
It wouldn't work. Now the new one works great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
But it's the same system. It looks exactly like the old one.
Yeah, it looks the same. There's actually this other cool feature, though, and I think that it's part of state law or something, but every time I turn my car off, an alert comes on the tablet that says, check for rear seat occupants. And it has a picture. It has like the picture of the second row with a car seat. And it's trying to remind you might have a kid in the back seat. So to get them out, because, sometimes there's those really horror stories of parents leaving their kids in the car.
Yeah, I heard about that. Like one person is a horrible story I remember happened to me 10 years ago where a mom and a dad, they forgot their infant in the car like overnight and the baby died.
Right. So this is one of those safety features, and not that I'm going to, but if I'm taking Clover somewhere with me, it would be a good reminder to have, if she's quiet, to look in the back seat and be like, oh, I have Clover there.
I don't think I would forget that though, but I'm a worrywart. I wouldn't forget a kid in the car or a dog or an animal. I don't think unless for some reason.
But dads are different than moms. Like we're multitasking all the time.
Well, so am I.
Well, but it's a little different. Anyways, the point being, I got a new car. It's beautiful. I'm very, very grateful for, and we've talked about working with El Cajon Ford before, and this is not an ad. This is not sponsored, but the people that I worked with were really genuine. My salesman, Matt, was fantastic. And I forget the name of the guy in financing, but he was the same guy that we used, the really nice one, when I was finishing up my car last time.
Oh, so, perfect.
Yeah.
So,
and he listens to the podcast occasionally.
Oh, he does?
He remembered us.
No way.
Yeah, he did.
Fantastic. That's awesome.
He's like, I'm going to have to tell your other salesperson that you came back in, give him a hard time for selling you a lemon.
Oh, yeah. What's up with that, huh?
Yeah.
So, hey, being that it is 4th of July, one thing about 4th of July is that there's the fireworks and there's the barbecues and there's also the movies.
I know.
2021 was kind of a big damper year for movies because
Right.
I don't think the theaters were all closed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of the big movies, like the big blockbuster type of movies, they all kind of like pushed back to 2021. And some are even being pushed back until the fall this year.
Right.
Which is kind of nutso. Yeah, I mean, I love movies. I love watching movies. And
I like the 4th of July movies. They're like very patriotic and things. I don't think there's anything really like that came out this year. The only thing is that I am looking forward to the Black Widow movie coming out this week.
Oh, is it this week?
Yeah, July 9th, I think.
You know what's funny? I almost forgot all about that movie. It's like, oh yeah, I remember. They announced that movie back in like 2018 or
I know.
2019 or whatever. Whenever the Avengers wrapped up, the most recent
And the
Avengers,
Black Widow.
And they had a Black Widow thing, which kind of sucks because some guy said that like the Black Widow, now that she kind of killed her off. Spoiler alert: they killed her off.
What? Don't tell me that.
In the last,
I don't want to see it now.
In Avengers, was it Endgame? They killed her off, and now she's getting her own like movie.
Is it like her origin story?
I think so.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, people. Yeah, what else are you gonna do? Because she's killed off. So
I didn't remember that she was actually killed off. Thank you for ruining my life.
I'm sorry. So speaking of movies, being that it's summer and 4th of July, this episode focuses around the 4th of July.
Yes, it does.
We have a very fantastic game. It's called the Movie Trivia Game, and it's all centered around the 4th of July.
Woohoo! I'm so excited. But wait. If you set it all up, then who's going to be your contestant?
Actually, baby, it's going to have to be you. You're going to be the contestant. And you listening at home, you can also play along.
Yeah, I'm going to need your help because I'm going to be like, Independence Day. I think that's Independence Day. No, I think I'm going to give it the old college try. I'm going to do this.
Well, these are going to be movies all based around the 4th of July, all based around patriotism.
Okay. So it's not just like they were released on 4th of July. It's like Americana kinds of movies.
Right. So
okay.
I did a Google search and I looked up movies that are what are the best movies to watch on 4th of July.
Okay.
So these are those movies. And so we're going to come back with that right after this. Hey there, K2 crew. We love having you as our loyal listeners.
To keep up to date with what's happening behind the scenes, check us out on social media.
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter.
And don't forget to follow our Facebook page.
Yeah, tag us in your favorite fun stories, and guess what? You might just end up on the show.
Ooh.
Today's episode is brought to you by Omio. Omio is a travel booking platform that makes planning your journey in Europe and North America effortless. Just enter the travel details and Omio will magically give you all the train, bus, flight, and ferry options for your journey. It's never been simpler to book your first real vacation for 2021, and best of all, using Omio saves you time and money. Yeah, that's a win-win. Omio wants to help you leave your house this summer by offering 5% off your next booking. Just head over to omio.com and use the code OMIO5 at checkout. Valid until July 31st for new users on all modes of transportation. It's just a pick-me-up 2021 needs. Omio. Plan, book, and love the journey. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, whatever you do, don't push this button.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave.
I wanted to take this time to explain my evil plan.
I am the father. You are a toy!
Welcome back, everybody. And if you heard that little clip, there's only one thing. We are going to play the movie Guess This Movie Game.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
I should find a better title for that. Is it Guess This Movie Game or a movie trivia game, or I like to call it the movie clip game. Maybe that's what it is.
Let's trip Kristine up game.
Right. So, hey, we are going to play movie clips for Kristine and for you listening at home. If you know the answer, please, I guess you could email us or write us on social media.
Yeah,
and let
definitely.
us know if you got any of these correct. I have 10 movies to choose, movie clips. Now, these movies are all centered around 4th of July.
Okay.
So, if that makes any sense, either they were released on 4th of July, or they're about patriotism, or about 4th of July, or about Americana.
Okay.
They're American classics. All these movies are basically, they've been in the theater. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, you in front. You
Yes,
have a question?
I have a question. I have my hand up. So, first of all, what do I call you? Like, you're the show host. You'd be like, Kris.
Yes,
the
come
show
on,
host?
come on down.
Come on down. Okay. Second question is,
Yeah, baby.
how long do I have to answer after each clip? Is it like I immediately have to come up with it, or do I get like a 2 seconds? Or are you going to like play Jeopardy music for me?
I don't think I have any of that in the system, but maybe for the next game we'll figure that out.
Okay. Are you going to tell me when I'm wrong? Is it going to be like, wah, wah, wah? Oh, thank you.
That is what you'll hear if you're wrong. Now, if you get it right, well, you might hear that a lot, but if you're right, you'll hear this.
Okay. All right.
Okay. That makes sense?
Yes, it does. So I think I'm ready.
Okay, so here's how it's going to work. I'm going to play a clip from a movie. These are all 4th of July movies around 4th of July patriotism. When the clip is over, then answer. So just wait until the clip finishes before you give your answer.
Okay.
And you listening at home can play along too. This is just for Kristine.
Perfect.
And in all fair honesty, there are some movies on this list that even I haven't seen. So
okay, so what are my prizes? I need to know this.
You get love from me.
How about you do the dishes for a week if I get more than 6 right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You think you get more than 6 right?
If I do, you'll do the dishes for a
It's
week.
better than half. So there's 10 clips.
I know. So if I get 6 right, 6 or more right, you do the dishes for the week.
And what if you get them wrong?
Then you do the dishes for a week.
How does that work out? How's that fair? Being that it's 4th of July. Okay, Are you ready, baby?
I am very ready.
Okay, I'm going to play your first one right here.
Okay.
Mankind, that word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interest. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
That was Independence Day.
Oh, that is that.
Thank you.
That speech gives you the feels, doesn't it?
Thank you for throwing me a softball. Because I was listening and I was like, I was joking about every song being or every movie being Independence Day, but that really was, and you gave it away at the end. Thank you.
I sure did. That was an easy one to start you off.
All right, so I've got 1 point.
That was the greatest president in the history of mankind, President Whitmore. Oh man, I wish he was our president.
I don't even know his name.
Come on, I've seen the movie like 1,000 times. It's like the greatest speech in any movie ever.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll go with that.
I get all teared up when I think about that.
Oh my gosh.
I hear that movie.
You're such a nut. Okay, I'm ready for number 2.
Okay, here we go.
Let's go. I have 1 point.
You gotta take your mom seriously. You can't drink in this house.
They told us.
Go fight! Go kill! Sergeant man, rain car! Yes, car left! Car left! Car left!
You know, it's all a lie. Don't watch out.
Honey!
Why? Stop it! Go to bed. You're sleeping off. What did they do to you in that war? What happened to you? You need help, Ronnie. You need help.
You need help! With all your God and your dreams about me!
Wake up the whole neighborhood.
You are ashamed of me! You're embarrassed by me!
You go
Just give him some air. Let me talk to him, all right?
You go to bed. Daddy's
You!
Well,
I don't know. I was going to say Sandlot, but that's not it.
I have not seen this movie for Foreclosure. And if you recognize the voice, do you recognize whose voice that was?
I don't know. It sounded to me like what's his name? Jack.
No.
Let me come up with his name. He's like the. Oh gosh, I lost it. Go ahead.
Okay, it's Tom Cruise.
Oh.
It was Born on the 4th of July.
Oh, I've never seen that.
You know, I've never seen it either.
I didn't even know that was a movie.
It's a movie. I actually looked it up, and I was like, it's about a soldier from Vietnam that is paralyzed, and he comes back to the world, and the people hate him, and they call him baby killer and all that stuff, and he's probably a drunk and becomes kind of that was just.
So it's like Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's probably based. Lieutenant Dan's probably character's kind of based on that. I think a little bit. Okay. And him and his other buddy. I watched some clips of it on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen the movie, but
gosh,
it sounds
you're
like
tricking me.
I know, but it was in the list of movies to watch on 4th of July.
All right. Well, hey, maybe I'm gonna have to watch that.
Okay. You ready for the next one?
Yes, number 3. Let's go. I'm 1-0.
We're gonna fry no matter who takes the fall. Can we leave right now?
No way. Are you crazy?
The grill's busted. There's blood everywhere. We can clean it up. Come on.
Listen to yourselves. No, we are going to the police.
We don't have time for your shit. You understand? We gotta move fast. Hey! Now let's try to stay calm. Focus.
Don't you get it? If there's some of him on the car, there's some of the car on him. They're gonna trace it back to you. You're looking at a hit and run.
Then we dump the body.
You've lost it. Like, just pretend we were never here.
We could drag him to the water and dump him in. They wouldn't find the for weeks. By that time, all the evidence would be washed away. You found him at all? The currents are strong. The The undertow could carry him out to sea.
I won't be any part of it.
Look, I'm scared, Julie. Look, I'm not like the rest of you. I don't have the family or the money to get me out of this. Please. This is your future, Julie. Think about it. College, with your scholarship. The guy's already dead. If we go to the police, we're dead too.
I have no clue. I was going to say Scream.
You know, you're very close. There was another popular movie that came out.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh. Yes, I will give it to you.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, I know it's like one of those because I was listening to the background music and I was trying to remember like Scream was more around Halloween, but I knew it was like one of those like horror story ones.
The teen horror movie kind of movies. Yes, that was from I Know What You Did Last Summer.
So do I get that point?
Yes, you do, baby.
So 2 points for me, 1 against me. All right.
Okay. Are you ready for the next one?
I am ready for the next one.
What is this?
The prisoner is to be flogged before the entire regiment.
But not with a whip, not on that. Excuse us, Sergeant Mulcahy.
It's your pleasure, Colonel.
Never question my authority in front of others.
I is sorry, massa. You be the boss man now, and all us chillins must learn
Major Forbes, stand at attention. Sergeant Mulcahy, you may commence.
Okay, so I know that it has to do with the Civil War.
Yes, you're close.
Hold on. Let me think. Is it 1776?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me think. It is because they were talking about. Oh gosh, what is it? Don't tell me. It's I don't know.
It's Glory.
See, I knew that it was something like that. But I was close.
You were close.
I was very close.
You were very close.
Okay, well.
That was a good try, though.
Thank you.
Because, you were really close.
Although I wasn't really close because I said 1776 and the Civil War was like 1865.
Oh,
so.
that's true.
About 100 years
You're
off.
way off. Way off.
All right, 2 points so far out of 4. Let's go.
Okay, this is one of those softball ones.
Okay, don't say that because that's like when the teacher says, "Oh, everybody, this test is easy," and everybody fails.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Mr. Vaughn, what we are dealing with here is a perfect engine, an eating machine. It's really a miracle of evolution. All this machine does is swim and eat and make little sharks, and that's all. Now, why don't you take a long, close look at this sign? Those proportions are correct.
Love to prove that, wouldn't you? Get your name into the National Geographic.
Jaws. Yay!
Yes, good job, baby. I told you it was a softball.
All right. I almost didn't get it, but then when he said the National Geographic, I remembered that line.
Yeah, it's funny. That movie takes place right around 4th of July. Remember the mayor was going to open the beaches for 4th of July, but the shark guy and Brody, the chief, the police, they want to keep the beaches closed for 4th of July because the shark was in the water.
Oh.
And it was a big kind of struggle. And that's what that scene was about, was they were talking about, we want to close the beaches. And the mayor's like, no, 4th of July is tomorrow.
Right.
We're not closing the beaches. You're nuts.
All right, I'm ready for the next one. Is this number 6?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Going on number 6. So I have 3 points. 4 points?
You sure? Okay.
Okay. I think I have 3. Go ahead.
Okay, here's the next clip.
Please don't touch that.
Sorry, a neat collection. George Washington's campaign buttons. You're missing the 1789 inaugural, though. I found one once.
That's very fortunate for you. You told my assistant that this was an urgent matter?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I'm going to get straight to the point. Someone's going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
National treasure. Yay!
Yeah. What gave it away? Was it?
Declaration of Independence. And it was like, I knew Nicolas Cage's voice. It was like, I know that voice. I had to like close my eyes and try and, it's like my brain was painting a picture of as I listen to these clips, I really am like closing my eyes. If you're listening to this and driving, don't close your eyes. But
right.
It's like, I was like, okay, who is that? He has a very distinctive voice. I want to watch that movie this weekend.
I think it might be on Disney Plus or Netflix. I think I saw it on one of those streaming platforms. I
have a bunch of stuff to do around the house today, so maybe later today I'll put it on for me and the boys. That would be fun.
Okay. Are you ready for the next one?
So I already got, let me count. So I got, the first one was Independence Day, and then I got Jaws, and then I got
I Know What You Did Last
National Treasure, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Did I get any else so far, or is it 4 out of 6 or 7?
Let's see. 1, 2, 5, 6.
So I have
we're at 6.
So I have 4 out of 6, and you're going to give me the 7th one right now?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, here it is for you right now.
Leave about 2 feet of slack.
I ain't never had good footwork.
Never mind footwork. Now you're all balanced out Marcian. Had the same problem. And this string cured it. Is the idea that if you can move and you can hit without breaking the string, you can balance, become a very dangerous person. You follow?
We're looking good, Doc. Thanks. Let's go. That's it. That's it. Underneath it.
Rock,
What?
how about you give us your order?
Get out of here! Don't you ever interrupt me while I'm conducting business. Move your little chicken. Listen, kid, you lay off that pet shop date. Women weaken legs.
Yeah, but I really like this girl, you know?
But let her train you!
Okay, no more fooling around.
Okay, I hit it.
Women weakening legs, huh?
Was it Rocky? Yay!
Yes, it was.
They said rock, so it kind of like gave it away. But I'm at 5. Okay, 5 out of 7. All right.
You're doing fantastic.
Thank
You're
you.
doing amazing.
One more.
I know. You're doing great.
I got one more to go before I get dish-free duty.
Okay, and now here, you ready for the next one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here you go, baby.
Now, you asked how you can help. We want federal legislation granting Negroes the right to vote unencumbered. And we want federal protocol eliminating the decades-long dismissal and illegal denial of blacks seeking to vote, and we want robust enforcement of that protocol.
Well, that's fine, but most of the South is still not desegregating. Let's not start another battle when we haven't even won the first. And you know what the next battle should be? The eradication of poverty. I'm calling it the war on poverty. It's a matter of political priorities. Poverty is going to be my focus at home, and I want you to help me with this. We can make big changes in these things for people of all colors, and I know that matters to you, doesn't it? This voting thing's just going to have to wait.
It can't wait, Mr. President.
Well, why not?
Because there have been thousands of racially motivated murders in the South, including those 4 girls.
Well, I know that.
And you know the astounding fact that not one of these criminals who murder us when and why they want has ever been convicted.
Yeah, I know we have a lot of work to do down there.
Not one conviction, because they are protected by white officials chosen by an all-white electorate, and on the rare occasions that they face trial, they are freed by all-white juries. All-white because you can't serve on a jury unless you are registered to vote.
Oh gosh, I don't know what that one is, but I want to watch that movie.
Well, it happens to be Selma.
Oh, I've never seen that movie.
It's about Martin Luther King, I believe.
That's what I was listening, and I was like, this has got to be about the march for desegregation, and like I was trying to play through my brain I was like, is it Freedom Riders? Is it like I couldn't place it, but I've always wanted to see Selma. That's another one I need to see. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, go find it and watch it. You know, you can rent it, I'm sure, because it came out in 2014, I believe. So it's not it's a newer movie, but it's not brand new. So it's available to rent.
Okay, all right. Well, I didn't get that one right, but that's one that I need to see.
Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
This next movie is one of my personal favorites about 4th of July. It's probably a good movie to watch on 4th of July.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see it.
Release the prisoners!
General, what is this?
Prisoner exchange.
He has 18 of our officers. Who is he? I recognize. Is the commander of the militia. Your ghost.
See that sword, Colonel!
He rode in under a white flag for formal parley.
This is madness. If you harm him, you condemn our officers. General, with respect, sir. He's killed as many officers in the last 2 months. He has shown no aggression here. Hence, he cannot be touched. Has he not?
You! Well, you're the ghost, are you? I remember you. From that farm, that stupid little boy. Did he die?
You know, it's an ugly business, doing one's duty. But just occasionally, it's a real pleasure. Before this war's over, I'm going to kill you.
The Patriot? Yay!
Yeah, good job. You seen that movie, baby?
Yes, a long time ago, but it was like, I knew that it was a Mel Gibson movie, and then I was like, in my head, I was like, Braveheart. No, that was in like Ireland. And I was like, but what is it that it was like that kind of a vibe of him being like, and I was just waiting to hear his voice. And so in that last little bit, I was like, confirmation. Okay, so I'm at 6. Yay! No dishes for the week. 6 out of 8. Okay.
There you go, baby.
Okay, next one. Let's go.
Okay, this is the last one I have on the clips I have. The very last one.
Oh wait, but I thought
no, it's number 10. It's the last one I have.
Oh, so maybe
Okay, last clip I have.
I counted wrong. 6. Okay, I'm at 6 though.
Okay, are you ready, baby?
I'm ready.
The very last one. This is the one. This one decides it all.
No, I already won. 6. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, baby, here you go.
Okay.
Benny would have played ball all day, all night, rain, shine, tidal wave, whatever. Baseball was the only thing he cared about. But of all the things we ever did besides baseball, going to the pool was what he tolerated best. Even though none of us had ever seen a Playboy magazine, which we constantly lied about, we figured going to the pool was the next best thing to being there.
I remember you. Oh, sexy. Hey, girls.
Sandlot. I knew it. I knew it had to be in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the stereotypical American summertime movie, and I love that movie. It's so funny.
Oh, there you go, baby. Well, congratulations. You did a fantastic job.
I won. And my prize is?
My love.
You doing dishes for a week.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Although I had the kids do them this morning because you had them all piled up in the sink.
Oh, well, I got to give you something to do around here.
You know what? See, if you have to do it for a week, just throw like $5 at the kids and they'll do the dishes for you.
Fantastic. Well, good job listening at home, too. If you guessed any of those right, please let us know. You can email us at our email, which is Kris and Kristine podcast @gmail.com.
Right. And that's Kris and Kristine with K's.
Fantastic. So, babe, hey, speaking of 4th of July, do you have any fantastic 4th of July memories or anything that stands out in your memory about 4th of July?
Well, 4th of July growing up was always a really fun time. My family would all get together and we'd get together with our neighbors. But when I was growing up, because I grew up in a town that there was a river just on the outside of town, everyone would pack up for the day and go down to the river, or we'd be there for the weekend. When I was a lot younger, my aunt and uncle had a spot right down on the river, and it had like a lagoon and everything, and there was a rope swing into the river. And so we would, play around in there, and then we'd dock our boats, and my dad would like go out and pull us on the inner tube. But as we got older, my parents would camp at this place called Royal Oaks, and it had like a sandy beach there. because we didn't have a beach within a few hours, but we would always barbecue out there. People would shoot off fireworks. You couldn't like launch them yourselves, but we could do sparklers and everything out there by the water. And my Aunt Louise would always make her homemade peach ice cream. Ooh. And my mom would make peach cobbler. And because the peaches grow there's a lot of orchards. And so they would just run by a fruit stand and get like an abundance of peaches. And so my aunt had the old-fashioned ice cream maker with like the paddles and the rock salt and all that stuff.
Right, I remember those things, yeah.
Yeah, and so she would have this homemade peach ice cream for us, and it was so delicious. And we'd scoop out peach ice cream and have warm peach cobbler and whipped cream and do fireworks and barbecue. And most of the time we would camp out there, so we would like either stay in if my parents, each year it was kind of different. So some years they would have a trailer, or they might have bought like their new motor home or whatever, and then us kids would either sleep in there or we would put out our tents because it was warm at night. And so we would just like tent camp out there and then wake up the next morning. And my Uncle Terry, who unfortunately passed away several years ago, on 4th of July morning, he would always, on the barbecue, he had this like special grill set, and he would make eggs and bacon right there on the stove, and we would have like biscuits or toast or whatever, and just like kind of picnic. It was just, we'd running around in our bathing suits all the time. And I've loved 4th of July for that reason since I was a kid, because to me it represents family and togetherness and a time where we can remember how so many sacrifices have been made over the years for the freedoms that we have today. What about you?
It's one of my favorite holidays. I think probably because where it's located within the year.
Right.
It's the middle of summer. It's or someplace it's kind of it's warmer. It's nice weather. It's barbecuing. It's hanging outside. Kids are out of school. It always reminds me, as growing up as a kid, that 4th of July and Christmas were the two holidays that you're kind of not in school. You're not in the middle of school. You know, I guess Christmas, you have that break with Christmas break and stuff, and you get the presents and all that. 4th of July doesn't have the presents and things like that nature, but it does have the warm weather, and we're out of school.
Pools or beaches. And,
right.
Yes.
And barbecues and running through the sprinklers and getting wet and having that's what, basically it's like the summer holiday.
Right.
Is 4th of July. It's great. I mean, as far as fireworks go, I mean, I've seen fireworks. Once you see one firework, you've seen them all, really, you know. The really good...
I don't think so. I'm the opposite. I always am like... Every year, they're just spectacular, and there's just something special about fireworks.
Hey, speaking of special fireworks, I remember here in San Diego, you have to Google this up. I mean, I'll put this in the show notes, but there was it's called the Big Bay Boom Bust. Every single year, San Diego does this Big Bay Boom fireworks display over the harbor.
Which we're going to see tomorrow.
In San Diego, the harbor. And probably, again, I'm trying to think how many years ago it happened. I was at work and I actually saw it happen. I was driving on the freeway. But what happened was about... I don't know, 5-6 years ago, there was a manufacturer malfunction or glitch malfunction with the fireworks display. Usually these things are set up to go on a timer. One rocket fires, and the next rocket fires, and the next rocket fires, and there's a guy, or it's all set up to a computer, right? They all kind of go off at the same time because some radio stations will have like their music timed to the fireworks. So it's all, choreographed and figured out in advance. That particular year, something happened where they all launched at the same time. It was a glowing light in the sky for about 20 seconds.
No.
And it was done. Maybe not that long.
No way. What a waste.
And people were so upset because they camped out all day. People drove out of town down here. They got parking spaces. Sometimes they'll park the day before, the night before, park out just to see the event that night.
That's crazy.
And I was driving on the freeway and I saw this big glow in the sky. It was funny. It was early. It was about an hour early too, or half an hour early than it normally goes off. And I was like, that's odd. And then I see this glow in the sky. This kind of glowy thing in the sky for about 10, 20 seconds. And I'm like, what was that? Then I found out, and there's YouTube videos of it. It's called the Big Bay Bust. And you look it up on YouTube. It's just this big glowy ball in the sky. And it's so like, In fact, I think it was kind of cool because it was something different than your usual firework
It was like
display.
10 seconds.
Right. Of this it almost looked like a flickering light bulb in the sky for like a second, and then that was it.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Well, I hope that doesn't happen for us for 4th of July. I'm really looking forward to this. I've never been to a party like this on the 4th of July. There's going to be about like 50 or 60 people. It's right on the water. And the kids get to come with us. I'm excited. We're going to have a barbecue. There's going to be all kinds of snacks.
Isn't it like a boat ride too?
No, but they do have a beach right off of the backside where they're going to have like a little floaty, like one of those bananas that the kids can sit on, the floaty bananas, and just kind of float right there. But yeah, it's going to be so much fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. And so we better wrap this up so we can get to the fun, right?
Oh, we sure do. And you hope you guys have a safe and wonderful holiday and 4th of July, and you guys are doing well.
Right, absolutely. And make sure that you check us out on our website at www.krisandkristineshow.com, and that's Kris and Kristine with K's. And we'll see you back here next week. Remember this week that life is too short to wake up in the morning with regret.
So love the people who treat you right, forget about the ones who don't, and believe that everything happens for a reason.
If you get a chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said that it would be easy.
They just promised it would be worth it. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kris.
And I'm Kristine. And until next week,
keep moving forward.